students, welcome to today's session. This is Sweta Roy, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you are doing well. And today we will be beginning with the second session on A Legend of Northland. I hope you have already visited the first session where we completed the first half of the poem, right? So today we are going to cover the second half of A Legend of the Northland, along with the important question answers and the poetic devices as well. So stay tuned, guys. And if you haven't watched the first part, then do watch the first part, because without the first part, there is no meaning of attending the second part, right? So let us begin with your answers, which you have uh, given with full efforts. So thank you so much. Jenny, thank you so much for your wonderful answer. A legend is a popular, so I told you to answer about on the question of legend. What is a legend, right? So it's a popular story from the past and that is believed by many, but no one can prove whether it is true or not. Very well said. It usually contains a message and is narrated to the children. The poet says that he doesn't believe the trailer to be true, but the poem is called a legend because it preaches generosity towards fellow beings. So it is giving us some moral lesson, right? And rest of the answers. Okay, this was the homework question, right? As Saint Peter was hungry and selfish, and the lady was not ready to give him a small, give him a small cake, piece of cake, right? And it should not be came, it should be cake. Okay, and therefore Saint Peter was forced to curse the lady and said she had no life to right to live as a human. So this we are going to cover it today. So I'm not reading through, but definitely we will cover this today. Thank you so much. Tia as well has answered wonderfully. She writes that the little woman was too greedy and selfish. Saint Peter grew angry. So, what did Saint Peter do? That we will be covering today. Okay. So, and okay, another important point that Tia has raised is Saint Peter did the right thing by cursing her as she was getting selfish for a single piece of cake. Now, is Saint Peter correct in his approach? Did Saint Peter do the correct thing by punishing or by cursing the lady? What do you think? So Tia says that he is right. What do you all think? Do let me know right now in the chat box. And taking this, we will be beginning, taking your inputs, we will be beginning with today's session where we'll be dealing with the last half of the poem, where the little miser woman thought that the cake was too big to be given away. So she started making another smaller piece. And then again, she felt that it was the next smaller piece is even bigger, right? And again, she was not ready to give this piece of cake to Saint Peter. And third time, she again started baking and found she took a very small amount of dough and she rolled it, and finally, what did she do? She made it very thin like a wafer, okay, and baked it. But she was so greedy that she even couldn't give that thin piece of bread. So look at the greediness and the miserly approach of this lady. Now quickly tell me in the chat box what happened to the cake every time when the old lady tried to bake it. Quickly give me the answer in the comment section, in the chat box. Hurry up. Okay. Now, till you write down and post your comments, your answers, let me explain you something very important, guys. Now, all of you are aware that you all are facing, we have conducted a survey, right? And we have seen that you all are facing so many problems related to doubts, notes, test assignments, competitive exams, choice of schedule, choice of language, right? So you have so many doubts piled up. You do not have proper notes, right? As a result, what happens? You lag behind. These are hindrances. Now, we in our platform have solved all your problems. So doubts, we are going to solve instantaneously live with the help of an entire team devoted only for your doubt solving. That is the team of our amazing class teachers in collaboration with our superb master teachers. Notes after each and every session you're going to get. Assignment after each and every session you're going to get. We do conduct tests as well, and we give you the performance report of that test. And these performance reports are going to they are going to enable you to assess yourself where you stand. And all this in your selected time slot in your language. And this doesn't end here, because we have some bonus features like all micro course and crash course. Now, micro courses are short chapter wise courses, and if you face any problem in any chapter, then you can attend the micro course related to that particular chapter. Crash course is going to make you exam ready. And apart from that, you also have the performance report, which I already mentioned, and the personalized attention, which is not possible in YouTube. That is absolutely possible in our regular session. So what you need to do is just visit the link in the description box and pinned comment, choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details, click on get subscription. And you have three types of subscription: 1 month, 3 months and 6 months. The most recommended would be the 6 month subscription, because this is going to be cost effective, cost friendly, because 1 month subscription, if you pay every month, you're going to pay more than what you pay all at once for 6 months. And after applying the coupon code SWREPRO, this is the coupon code which is going to give you flat 20% discount, guys. So this is the discount price that you can avail only and only if you apply this coupon code SWREPRO. So do not forget to apply this coupon code SWREPRO in order to get the 20% discount. Now, resuming with our lesson, what happened next was, the woman, she reasoned that when she ate the cakes, she felt that the cakes were very small. But when she had to give the cake to someone, she felt that it was too big to be given away. Now, what can you say from this approach of the lady? What can you say? Do you also feel the same sometimes, that when somebody is asking you for something, you feel that the piece is very big to be, given away? Or and when you yourself take a piece of cake, you felt that, oh, ye to bahut jaldi, it got over so early, it was so small. Do you have the same feeling sometimes? Yes or no? Do give me your answer in the chat box right now. Now, what did she do? She put all the cakes on the shelf of her kitchen, and she did not give any cake to Saint Peter. So what do you think, guys? Did she do the right thing by not sharing a single piece of cake with Saint Peter? Do let me know in the chat box. And what would you have done if you would have been in place of the lady? Quickly tell me right now. Now, what did Saint Peter do? He became very angry, he was very hungry, and he was very weak at that point of time. And the selfish woman did not even care or pay any heed to his weakness, to his hunger. And she did not even give a small piece of cake to him. And this behavior of the woman angered the saint. What did he do? He cursed the woman. What did he say? That you are very selfish, so therefore you are not allowed to live the life of a human being. Because human beings, God has created human beings to be selfless towards each other. Because then what would be the difference between animals and human beings? Animals, they fight amongst each other for food, right? So God has created animals in that manner. Survival of the fittest is not for human beings, it is for the animals, right? So therefore they have to fight, that is their nature. But what differentiates us and puts us in the higher pedestal of humanity is, the selfless nature, compassion, empathy. These are the qualities that make us human, that make us humane, right? So that gives us the quality of a human being, and certainly this lady did not have that quality. So therefore Saint Peter cursed her. And what did she say? What did he say? That she, despite the fact that she had all the resources with her, but she refused to give anything. So what was the curse? Let us see what curse did he give. But before that, I'm going to talk about something really happy for all of us. So I'm really happy to announce that Vedantu students they have bagged the top ranks in IIT JEE, and this has been the best result among all online classes. So let us together celebrate the success of our super scorers, and very soon I'm sure we all will find ourselves here in this position. So they are our motivating factor, right? So now talking about the curse of Saint Peter, Saint Peter said that from now onwards that lady is going to become a bird. And just like the birds build their houses by boring into the wood and collect every little food by working hard entire day, similarly she also has to work very hard all day in dry wood. And even after working very hard, she is going to receive very little food. Okay, so this was the curse that was given. And why did Saint Peter curse her? Because he said that she does not deserve to be the human being, because she does not possess the quality of a human being, right? So next, soon as Saint Peter cursed the woman, she did not even get a chance to speak for herself at that very moment. Remember, Saint Peter did not even give a chance to the woman to actually defend herself or say anything, right? The last chance was also not given to her. Immediately at that moment, she flew up to the roof through the chimney and flew out in the form of a bird. So she was transformed into a bird. And Saint Peter's curse had converted the woman into a bird. What happens to the old lady when Saint Peter cursed her? This is the question, and please do give me the answers in the chat box right now. All right. Now, when the woman turned into a bird, what happened? She was at that time wearing a red cap on her head. Okay. Now, this cap was also there in the bird's head, right? But the woman's remaining clothes completely burned and turned black, just like the color of the coal. Okay. And people who live, so this is a legend, if you remember, right? Legend of Northland. So now people who live in the countryside and even the small children who go to school see this bird, okay? This kind of bird in the woods, and they see that all day. What do? They dig on the wood. The woodpeckers, have you seen woodpecker? They always do dig on the wood with a beak to collect food. And even after digging very hard, they find very small amount of scanty food, right? So whenever they see this bird, whenever the school children see this bird, the elders narrate this story. So this story serves as a warning for the children that they should always have the quality of compassion, and they should never be selfish. They should always help each other, right? So she was greedy, and therefore she was cursed by Saint Peter and turned into a bird, and therefore they get this moral lesson that we should never be greedy. So this entire poem is like a lesson. It's a moral lesson, right? Now remember, I asked you a question. What do you think about Saint Peter's attitude towards the woman? So do you think that Saint Peter was correct in cursing the woman and turning her into a woodpecker? What do you think? Quickly now tell me in the chat box. Remember, I began the session with this question. So think about it and also answer this question. Why did the little woman had to struggle for her scanty food after she was cursed to be a woodpecker? Do let me know in the chat box right now. Okay, moving ahead, you can take the help of this vocabulary section for any word that is new to you. All right. Okay. Now, talking about the poetic devices, enjambment. Once when the good Saint Peter, so what is an enjambment? When you do not have the punctuation mark and it is carried, the same thought is carried in the next stanza, right? Here we have a simile, and the children look like bears' cubs. So the children wearing those fluffy clothing, because in order to protect themselves from the cold there, the cold atmosphere there, they look like the fat bear, okay, bear cubs, okay, and baked it thin as a wafer. Again here The keyword is as. Here the keyword was like. So whenever there is comparison between two things and using the keyword like, as, etc., we always have simile. Then here we have repetition. Away, away in the Northland. So away, away, away word has been repeated. Boring and boring. Boring has been repeated. It's not that boring, that monotonous wala boring. Boring is to dig. Okay. So next we have the rhyme scheme. ABCB is the rhyme scheme. All right, guys. Following now, let us move towards the important question answers. A holy man should not curse the lady. So just now I asked you this question. What do you think? Whether Saint Peter was correct in cursing? So what do you think about this? A holy man. He was a holy man, right? So was he correct in cursing the lady? Let us see. A holy man is known for his wisdom. What does he do? He teaches moral lesson to people whether they should be liberal or greedy. So all are equal in his eyes. And in this present story, holy man, Saint Peter is a holy man. He is also famous for teaching, but he should have been merciful, because being merciful is also a human quality. And in Christianity, showing mercy is a very important quality, right? If you have read the play called Merchant of Venice, I have done that for the ICSE students. If you ever get a chance to watch through the video, you can watch it. So there also the quality of mercy has been attributed to Christianity. So quality of mercy is very important. But do you think that the holy man was showing mercy? He did not show any mercy. So, what about his own humanistic qualities? That is a question that needs to be thought about, right? So, being a human being and being a holy man, especially, holy man is expected to be a lot more merciful. God, right? God, we always think about God as being merciful, right? So definitely a holy man being the representative of God, he should also show mercy. But he did not. Next is why, and yes, one more point was that we have always learned that the one who forgives has the larger heart, right? So the holy man did not forgive. So again, his holiness is here questionable. So if he is a great man, he should have forgiven the lady. He should have taught her lesson, but definitely he should not have cursed her like that. He should have forgiven her, right? So that point should also come in. Next is, why was the little woman cursed particularly to be a woodpecker and not any other bird? How did she struggle to get her scanty food? So what happened was, you know the entire episode. So the greedy woman could have easily given that piece of cake, right? But she denied even this little offering. And therefore, the saint cursed her to be a woodpecker. And a woodpecker has to bore for a long time to get even a scanty amount of food. So therefore, she was cursed to labor hard by boring into the tree and to get even her scanty food, as she had made the saint wait very long, and still she did not give him a piece of cake. And here we are going to end the session with this question, which is your homework question. What moral lesson do you get from this poem? A very important question that I want all of you to answer in the comment section. Right? So this is what we have learned in our life from the story. We have learned two lessons actually. One, I'm helping you out. One related to not being greedy, and second is we have learned another lesson from the attitude of Saint Peter as well, not to curse someone, to show mercy. So being merciful is also as human a quality as not being selfish and having compassion, right? So that is another lesson that we have learned, and most of the students, they miss this lesson, the second one, that is the lesson related to Saint Peter. So if you add this lesson, then you are going to enrich your answers. So do not forget this, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. And we have seen from the perspective of the lady, as well as we have seen the poem from the perspective of the lady as well as from the perspective of the holy man, right? So if you have liked, then do hit the like button, and don't forget to visit the description box and pinned comments. You will get your options like choose your grade, choose your board, check out the details, click on get subscription. We have three types of subscription, guys. Go for the 6 month subscription. That is from my end. I am recommending the 6 month subscription because there it would be more cost effective. So don't forget to use the coupon code SWREPRO because this is going to give you flat 20% discount. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being such an amazing class. And do hit the like button. Do share the video so that your friends can also enjoy the lesson just as you have. And thank you. Take care. Bye bye. See you very soon in the next session.